Hi, my name is Tim, and today we're going to be making tartiflette. I had the opportunity last summer of hiking in the Alps, and we stayed in Chamonix in Switzerland in a chateau. One night the chef cooked us a dish called tartiflette, and I enjoyed it so much that I talked him into giving me his recipe. So now I'm back in Calgary this Christmas 2014. We're going to give it a whirl, so here we go. To make tartiflette, doesn't take too many things. The key ingredient is the Roblicon cheese from the Alps area in France. And also you need some creme fraiche, which is really close to sour cream apparently, but it's heavy cream with bacterial culture, not quite sour cream. I picked white onions. I have them diced up here, and what they call in France lardons, which is basically a pound of bacon that I've chopped up into strips. We need some nice white wine to add to our tartiflette, and also you're going to take some butter. I've got a mandolin here to help slice the potatoes, which is the main ingredient in tartiflette, into rounds. I've got the potatoes boiling on the oven here, and I picked white potatoes so that I didn't really have to skin them too much. So what we're going to do is boil them for a bit to make sure that they're softer, but not too soft to cut on the mandolin. And then we'll slice them and pack them in a baking dish in layers, and we'll see in a minute how to do that. So it's cooked down quite a ways here. A little color into the onions. Don't want to overcook it here because it's going to bake in the tartiflette for a while too. So I'm going to use the slotted spoon to put these into a bowl, and we'll use it for a mixture between the round potatoes. My white potatoes have pretty well cooled off here. I kind of parboiled them. The mixture's ready of the bacon and the onions, and I have greased a 8x12 Pyrex baking dish, which we're going to cook the tartiflette in. Okay, so I've got my first layer of potatoes into the tartiflette pan here, which is a greased baking dish. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a layer of the mixture, the onion bacon mixture on it. And I find slicing these potatoes on the mandolin, you don't want to overcook the potatoes or they just turn to mush. But I find I started doing it round, but I find if you do it lengthwise, you get bigger pieces. And they're not too thick, you know, they're just like kind of a fried potato size. Here we are with the bacon onion mixture on and some creme fraiche I've put on with a spoon. And now what we're going to do is go for our second layer of potatoes. Second layer of potatoes in our tartiflette here. I'm going to Village Blacksmith for the cook. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper onto the layers, each layer, and then we'll put some more mixture on it and some creme fraiche and one more layer of potatoes. That's what it looks like with the creme fraiche on top and a little salt and pepper. Now what we're going to do is just put the third layer of potatoes on, then we'll add the Roblicon cheese. Okay, there is the third layer now of potatoes on the tartiflette, and I've kind of pushed them down to compress everything so that it's going to make a nice kind of scalloped potato to cut into pieces. The wheel of Roblicon cheese, which I'm going to cut a little of the rind off, I think, and just cut it into strips. Place it on top of the tartiflette, and it'll melt in there just perfectly. Here's the completed tartiflette, ready to go in the oven. It's got the Roblicon cheese cut into strips and put on the entire top, and that'll melt nicely down into the potato mixture there. Okay, here's the tartiflette out of the oven, cooked at 425 for about 20 to 25 minutes until it gets brown on top. We're going to let it sit here for a bit and firm up. So there is the tartiflette recipe.